Hi everybody, I'm Esther from ESSYCOOKS. Welcome to episode 9 of my vegan grilling series. So in this episode we are going to be grilling up some oyster mushrooms, which are so delicious and meaty. They make a great side dish or a great main dish, and we are going to be marinating them in a harissa sauce. So it's going to be nice and spicy and flavorful and delicious. We're going to skewer those and serve them up. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how to make these. We need first some oyster mushrooms. So I've got 200 grams of oyster mushrooms, which is about 2 just regular sized packages. So this is going to serve 4 people in 4 small servings or 2 really big servings. Now for the marinade, I've got 3 tablespoons of harissa paste. So if you haven't tried harissa paste, it is so delicious. It's a spicy paste that comes from North Africa, and it is so packed full of flavor. I highly recommend trying it. Then I've got 2 tablespoons of tomato paste in here. I've got half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and I've got 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 2 tablespoons of agave honey or maple syrup works, little salt and pepper to taste, and then we are going to start juicing up 1 lemon. So we want that nice citrusy, zesty deliciousness in there. Now we're going to keep adding in that lemon, and then we are going to mix this all together until we have this beautiful marinade. Look at that color. It's amazing. So give that a really good stir, and then we are going to start adding in our oyster mushrooms. These, you guys aren't going to believe how good the flavor is. So once we have our oyster mushrooms all ready to go and our marinade is all ready, we can start ripping them into just some bite-sized pieces. You want them to be large bite-sized pieces because don't forget we are going to be skewering these and we don't want them falling apart or falling off. So about this is perfect. Some of the pieces are just a bit too big. Some of the pieces are totally fun, like this piece right here. This little piece of mushroom, maybe you have to rip it in half. Some of them are just ready and they're bite-sized like this one here, and it's no problem. You can just throw those right into that beautiful marinade. So just keep ripping those all into large bite-sized pizzas, just tearing them apart, and once we have them all in there, we can start mixing them really gently. Like, you want a pretty big mixing bowl for this. It's just a little bit easier if you have a bigger bowl. We want to cover these mushrooms completely, top, bottom, sides, everywhere in the marinade. So keep mixing them until they look like this. They're totally and completely covered. Alright, so I've got my marinated mushrooms here. I've got my grill preheating to about 375, 400 degrees, medium-high heat. And I'm going to start just skewering up these juicy mushrooms. So you can leave a bit of space between them. And just start stacking them on here one by one. Look how good that looks. Wow. So I'm going to do that with the rest of my mushrooms. Alright, the grill is preheated and I'm going to place these on. We're going to cook them for about 5 to 7 minutes. So we're going to just see how they cook. Keep an eye on them. Oh, listen to that nice sizzle. Oh yeah. Alright, let's get this other one on here. Alright, I'm going to close this up and cook these for about 5 minutes per side. I'm going to check on these in 5 minutes. Okay, now we can see a little bit of char on the ends there, and it looks like we are ready to flip. So I'm gonna use both of my tools here just to help me flip those over. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. I'm gonna do the same thing over here, making sure they're not sticking too much, and nicely flip. Oh wow, that looks good. Alright, if a couple pieces fall off, that's okay, don't worry about it. You can just put them off to the side like this carefully because we don't want to lose any of these precious oyster mushrooms. And we can just flip them over and they're perfectly grilled. I cannot wait to eat those 2 little pieces. Just a little bit of that leftover marinade here and it is not going to waste. I am going to brush that right on. Oh yeah, that is exactly what we're looking for. Can you believe how meaty and delicious these look? Okay, now you can see here that these are ready. You can see that they're a bit blackened, they're cooked all the way through. That's exactly what we're looking for. So I have a little example piece here, luckily, from my one that fell off. So you can see how it's cooked. It's nice and meaty and juicy. If you wanted to leave them for another minute or 2, you can. Oyster mushrooms can cook for a while, but these are looking pretty much ready to go. So I'm just going to put on my final little bit of this beautiful sauce. And it is time for me to just quickly grill up. You could leave these on. I'm just going to move them up to the top rack. And I'm going to quickly grill up my beautiful naan bread. You could use a pita. It doesn't have to be a naan bread, but this is so good with a nice, beautiful naan. Okay, we are ready to just quickly grill up our flatbread here. This is going to be so good. It just takes a minute or 2. Keep your eye on it. It's just like toasting a bun. Just give it a minute or 2 until you get some nice grill marks on there, a nice little bit of crispiness, and then we can assemble our wraps. I just made a simple garlic aioli as my sauce here. So a 1/4 cup of vegan mayo, a tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 to 2 cloves of minced garlic, and salt to taste. Just mix that up and that is our perfect base for this wrap. And then I'm going to put a big handful of arugula on each of these. Now, like I said, one of these is actually such a huge serving. So if you have smaller flatbread, you can easily make 4 servings out of this. This was like such a huge serving, but it's up to you. If you want a nice large serving like this, which look how amazing this looks, you can do it that way. Just carefully slide those right off the skewer like that. Now, they can fall off if you're not careful, but the beauty of oyster mushrooms is they are quite sturdy. Look at how well they held up on the grill, and look at how beautifully those are just sliding right off that skewer. And this doesn't need anything extra. It is ready to go. Just look at the colors. Look at how delicious that looks. Stay tuned. We are about to do the taste test and let you know what we think about this compared to other things that we've put on the grill this summer, all vegan. Alright, time for the taste test, which we have already kind of gotten started on. This is so good. Oh my goodness.
Best one so far. Season finale for me.
I think this is the best thing we've grilled all summer. I probably have so much sauce on my face. Wow, this is good. If you are trying to convince people,
damn, that's good,
to try vegan food, like, this is it. Wow. So good. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of my vegan grilling series. If you guys want to see more episodes like this or more vegan grilling options, just make sure you hit that like and subscribe button below.